that showed old movies constantly. And I think when I was about 13 or 14, I started going to this theater and seeing a lot of old movies and really developed a passion for film and the history of film and classic film in particular, and also wanted to write creatively. And when I came to Brown, I was lucky enough to join the Brown Film Society. How many people are here from the Brown Film Society? So we had one film society on campus, and I don't know if you remember, but we showed movies 6 nights a week. If you came on a Friday night at any point while you were here, you probably saw me standing up and introducing the movie, and some of my crew people are here, as well as 2 former Brown Film Society presidents sitting right here, and other members of the Brown Film Society board.
So these are like roadies.
Yes.
More groupies. We were a bunch of movie nerds. We had an office in Fawn's house, and we loved fighting over which old movies we could get money to program to show on campus, and we put together retrospectives and different things. So we were a really passionate group. And a lot of us also wrote as well, some of us for the Film Bulletin, which was one side of it was writing wittily about the movies we were showing, and the other side was just humor. We used to distribute this in all the dining halls. And I also wrote for the Brown Daily Herald while I was here. I had a political humor column. And I did a Brown Broker show that I I wrote the book and the lyrics, and I did a show correction workshop. So I was doing a lot of writing and also showing a lot of movies and getting a great film education, very different from what you could get in the semiotics classes here, which really weren't too interested in film history. I came out to California mostly because I felt that I wanted to be somehow in film or television, hopefully writing in some way, shape, or form. And the first job I got offered out of college was originally producing audiobooks for a company that was based in Los Angeles. So for the first 2 years, I was sort of diving into that pool. It was the early days of audiobooks. We were called Dove Books on Tape. And I got to meet a lot of interesting people in film history, and I did an abridgment of Princess Bride, which was just coming out as a movie, and got to work with Rob Reiner, producing him in the studio, recording our abridgment of the book, and talking to William Goldman. So I was already dipping a toe into the movie waters. And I took another job at a radio trade publication just to pay the bills while I was writing scripts and taking classes in script writing. And started reading scripts freelance in order to really get further into the business. And people were willing to hire me for a very little bit of money and learn on the job how to evaluate scripts and books for film and for television. And I probably managed about 7 or 8 different clients, including James Cameron, for the 2 years that I did this as a freelancer, and finally got hired on staff at a movie studio at MGM in 1992. And being a story analyst at MGM, or a reader, as it's also called, was a great job because it wasn't really a big movie studio anymore. It was a small company, and whenever a writer and a producer came in to talk to the executive who was writing the checks and supervising their movie from the studio's point of view, they would have a story analyst come and sit in on those meetings and take notes and also contribute creative thoughts to the process of how to make the script better. So I really got to be all over the place on many, many different kinds of projects and already contributing creatively to them. And after a couple of years of that, I got hired to be a development executive at the Ladd Company. And while I was there, we made the 2 Brady Bunch sequels. The first one's actually good. The first movie's actually good. And we co-produced Braveheart, and my boss won an Oscar for that, so that was a lot of fun being a part of that, having brunch with a statuette the next day. But mostly what I did there was read books, read scripts, write up evaluations, and then go in and talk to my boss and say, this one we should do, this one we shouldn't, here's why. And you know, it was a very exciting environment. I also learned, though, very early on that I didn't think I wanted to grow up and be my boss, because the kind of decision he had to make during the day was managing the process of deal making and making a lot of people happy and putting out fires. We had an actor on the Brady Bunch sequel who had a 3-day shoot, wanted a full-size movie trailer. Everyone else in the cast had been given a half-size trailer, and if we gave him a full size, they would find out about it. Their contract said no one else could have a bigger trailer. So we were going to put him in the house where we were filming, but no smoking was allowed in there, and he was a chain smoker. So basically, my boss had to come up with a solution of, we'll park his full trailer a half a mile down the road, shuttle him to the site, so the other actors won't see that he has a full-size trailer. And I kind of realized that's not the kind of problem I want to solve. I'm interested in the material. And all along I kept writing, so I left that job. I pitched United Artists on a romantic comedy. I sold it to them. They commissioned me to write 2 drafts. Everyone in the studio was fired. The movie went into turnaround, was never made. And this was a sort of a trial by fire with having a shoe on the other foot. And I wrote several other scripts that were optioned either for television or film and not made. And I realized that I really missed both the steady income and the creative input into other people's material, that analyzing material and then making suggestions, editorial suggestions about making it better was a skill that I had and was very good at and could get paid a good living to do, as opposed to screenwriting, which was very up and down. I think Mike's brother can attest to this. His brother wrote one of my favorite movies, Groundhog Day. But it's a very tough field to pursue. And so I basically went back to full-time being a story analyst as I had been at MGM, but doing it at Warner Brothers, which is a much bigger company and a very exciting place to work. It's 85 years old. And we make every kind of movie, from Harry Potter to Invictus. And you never know what you're going to work on. So I get very, very excited by the diversity of material that comes into me. There are 15 full-time story analysts at Warner Brothers, and what we do is we read and write all day. And absolutely, my 4 years of showing movies at Brown was a great education for this, and my passion for it as well, which has never grown old. Because when I drive onto the lot, there are plaques on every soundstage telling me what movie was shot there and when. Warner Brothers has a museum on the lot that somebody has been to that has all sorts of memorabilia from their really rich history. And the second floor is all Harry Potter for you guys if you've ever come back. Props and costumes. So I get to stick my hand in creatively a little bit. I read, when the studio buys a project, they'll assign it to me, and I will read every draft by sometimes several different writers and make suggestions as to how to make that better before it actually gets the green light and gets filmed. Sometimes they pay attention to these suggestions, and sometimes they don't. It's a little bit like being a consultant that way. But I am kept out of the decision about dressing rooms and trailers and having to fill Memorial Day slot with movie X. And I kind of like it that way, because it's not political, it's not financial, it's really about the material. So, and we have a very diverse staff as well. We have African American, we have Latino, we have Jewish, we have Middle American, WASP, we have gay, we have straight. It's a really great bunch of people. A lot of them have advanced degrees in film, so we don't have any dummies in the Warner Brothers story department. And it's just a very cool, exciting place to work. But best of all, I also have a team. They're not here today, but I have 5-year-old twins at home, so it's a kind of job that, unlike what I might have graduated to when I had my boss's job at the lab company, I really get to have a life outside of that as well. So that's a very satisfying existence for me as a woman. My company even provides backup childcare 10 days a year if my kid's school is closed and I can't get out of work. So that's an amazing thing. So it's a good place to work, and that's why I've been there for 8.5 years and counting. So anyway, I really did start as a kid, but came through Brown very much so. And I still write. I have a blog called Late Blooming Mom that I kind of write in the cracks of my life because I have to stay creative in my own writing as well. And I think that helps with all the writing I do for Warner Brothers. Anyway, so that's what I'm up to, and I can't tell you what happened in the last 2 Harry Potter movies because it's more secrecy. Pretty much.